Look at this digital network forming. For decades, auditing relied on a human pulling a file and checking invoices against a system. That human-to-machine interaction left a slow, visible paper trail. Autonomous agents operate entirely machine-to-machine, querying databases and updating records at electronic speeds, bypassing traditional human verification windows completely. When assigned to reconcile a complex multi-subsidiary ledger, Claude Fable 5 ingests raw files, identifies accounting anomalies, and actively writes its own code to patch those variations mid-process before finalizing the statement. Because the system continuously iterates and rewrites its own logic to solve problems, the resulting audit trail is heavily fragmented. You cannot trace a self-correcting engine using a manual checklist designed for static data entry. This creates a severe visibility gap. A probabilistic model might make a subtle error in its logic regarding revenue recognition parameters or international tax structures. The engine will then smooth over its own path to deliver a final report that looks visually perfect but contains core structural flaws. Relying on legacy audit methods for an autonomous digital workforce exposes your operations to massive financial liability. To safely deploy these agents, you have to alter the architecture of your internal controls. Today, we are walking through a 3-step operational framework to quarantine, control, and audit these self-directing financial models. Before writing a single line of implementation code, you need 2 things in place: a completely isolated internal compute environment and a strictly documented list of your custom corporate financial rules. Your staff must also be prepared to pivot. The days of human analysts manually wrangling data rows and formatting spreadsheets are over. Securing your underlying ledger architecture before granting any access to an AI agent is the only guaranteed method to prevent irreversible contamination of your financial records. Step 1 is enforcing absolute system isolation. Granting an unvetted autonomous agent direct integration into your operational banking networks guarantees a breakdown in data integrity. Avoid the temptation to give the agent single write clearance to your live enterprise resource planning system just to test its processing speed. Construct a sovereign sandbox. Mirror active production files into this secure environment to quarantine the AI. Let the agent run parallel to manual close cycles for 3 months to prove data stability. It generates financial statements while physically blocked from writing to your live banking networks. This isolation layer allows you to extract real-world operational insights from the AI's processing power, completely shielding your live ledger from accidental overwrites. Step 2 moves from system isolation to process control. You cannot allow an autonomous engine to loosely interpret your company's custom financial definitions. You must embed a deterministic semantic layer directly inside the initial data ingestion pipeline. This means rules for inventory valuation, cost center allocations, and your specific EBITDA calculations are explicitly hard-coded into the pipeline, removing any probabilistic guessing by the AI. The Fable 5 agent acts as the highly efficient maker, drafting initial financial reports before hitting a hard-coded semantic wall. A human controller steps in as the final checker, actively evaluating the AI's drafts and providing the manual sign-off required to move forward. By enforcing this strict maker-checker sequence, no system entry or cash movement will ever execute without absolute human validation. Step 3 addresses the personnel required to run this architecture. Pulling a random sample of invoices to manually verify transactions fails completely when auditing dynamic machine workflows. Keeping your employees focused on formatting manual spreadsheets and cleaning rows of data is a waste of human capital. That work belongs to the algorithms. As this matrix graphic illustrates, you must aggressively upskill your human workforce, transitioning them from entry-level mechanics into AI governance orchestrators. Their new daily mandate involves mapping these data provenance trails, systematically evaluating the edge case processing anomalies generated inside your sandbox, and acting as prompt engineers to guide the model's logic. Shifting your staff away from data entry and toward algorithmic anomaly resolution transforms potential team redundancies into your most powerful systemic safeguard. By deploying a secure internal sandbox, hard-coded a deterministic semantic layer, and re-engineering your financial workforce, you have established a complete control loop. Containing the capabilities of engines like Fable 5 within these strict boundaries allows your organization to process financial data at incredible speeds. You gain massive operational leverage without sacrificing your corporate data integrity or creating a fractured auditing nightmare. Your immediate next step is to schedule a planning session with your IT operations team to map out the hardware requirements for your Phase 1 Sovereign Sandbox. Subscribe to the AI CFO channel for further operational briefings, technical risk breakdowns, and premium financial engineering strategies. Modern finance requires a new level of technical discipline. Govern the machine, protect your capital, and secure your company's operational future.